Alright guys, so now for the moment on why you guys clicked on this video, the title of this video, right? I actually didn't know that I was going to be talking about this topic when I first picked up the camera to make a video. But I think that from the response that I got from the last video that I posted, which was about our new dog, Koa, it only seems right to talk about this because I wasn't aware on how so many people were shrouded in mystery when it came down to the storyline of the dogs that I have introduced to this channel, right? Because I was getting a lot of hate for it in my emails and stuff. So, and I understand, you know, this is the territory of social media, right? Like, I've been doing this for so long now that I understand that, like, with anything that you do in life, people are always going to have something to say about, right? And this always comes down to people always choosing to see what they want to see, right? So saying that, it doesn't mean that their perspective is actually true, right? This is why I wanted to make this video right now, to clear things up and also to finally share with you guys the story on what really happened to the pets that I had. And it took me a while to get to this point right now, so bear with me. So all the messages that I got from the last video, I feel like it was kind of my fault too, because even though they're not true, it was still my fault too, because I kind of let people, you know, guess whatever that the story kind of like unfolded, in the sense of like all the dogs that I had, making me seem that I'm using animals for clicks, for views, whatever, right? So it's kind of my fault because I never fully wrapped up the whole story when I first introduced these dogs. So it's like, here you have someone introducing these dogs, and then next thing you know, you never see them again. So you're like, okay, obviously this guy's using stuff for views, these animals for views, this and that. I get it, right? But there's a story, and there's a reason why everything happened the way that it did, right? So this is the video to clear that up, okay? So for the first dog, let's go back in timeline. For the first dog, back in 2019, right before Bellamy was born, right? I adopted Lilo. We were actually crossing the Mexican border from Mexico to the United States, and if you guys have been there, you guys know that while you guys wait, there's a whole bunch of vendors selling things, and a lot of times these vendors are selling these dogs that are in complete bad condition. So here I am waiting in line to go into the United States, and then I see this beautiful little pug that looked like it was on its last leg. It was like dehydrated, it was hungry, so it just looked like that guy was trying to sell that puppy like the whole day, and like it wasn't caring about its health. So obviously I took her in, and she became my dog, Lilo, right? Which obviously she is like my everything. So what happened to Lilo? These are for people that have been here from the beginning. This is what happened with Lilo. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I actually made a post after this happened, and I didn't want to make a YouTube video because I didn't want to like also be seen as like, oh, somebody's using, oh, Ryan is using this story of Lilo for clicks and views. No, like this is my life, right? And this is my channel, so I'm gonna like share with you guys what's happening, right? This is what a channel is about, right? Especially when it comes down to like lifestyle, family vlogs, and this and that, right? Which is what I'm focused on right now. But long story short, Lilo did pass away. Yeah, she passed away, and for so long, this was what, 3 years ago she passed away, and for so long I carried a lot of guilt and a lot of shame for how she passed, because to this day I feel like it was my fault, even though I do know that everything happens for a reason. But you know, living with the shame and guilt for how she passed was like very heavy for me to even talk about, to even bring it up and or whatever. So here I am trying to share with you guys the story, because you know, it just has to be done, especially since I already introduced her to you guys a long time ago. But basically, she got ran over by a car, like right in front of me. So, oh man, this is why I didn't want to open this up. But basically, I don't know if you guys remember the Bluebird house when we first moved into Los Angeles. We were moving out of it. This is right before the video that I made that we were houseless, right? Of course, got a lot of hate from that because they're like, oh, there's all real homeless people. No, I actually didn't have a house for like a good 2 months. Me and my family, myself, we didn't have a house for 2 months. Different situations that obviously are behind the whole YouTube scene. But we were moving out of that house. And I guess that, you know, after moving a sofa or whatever into the U-Haul truck, like I left the gate unhatched. You know, because you know you're coming in and out of the gate, you know, holding big stuff, you know, and because that was unlatched, I guess that Lilo, she escaped the confinement of the front yard, and next thing you know, yeah, she got ran over by a car. So it was obviously devastating. It was the worst thing that I've seen probably in my life, because, you know, seeing shit, man. This is why I don't want to do this, bro. But long story short, bro, I got her ashes too. So I have her ashes. They've been in a box for, you know, for so long, and yeah, I feel like this is the time to finally release her into, you know, the ocean or something. I've been actually talking to Leslie about what she would do with her ashes, and I feel like no being should be in a box. As much as I have so much love for her and attachment to her still, in a way that kind of translates into the attachment of the ashes, right? But maybe, you know, in my case, it's not for everybody, of course, but maybe that's just my attachment complex that I have, and it's time to finally release her. So I'm going to do that in this video. Okay, it's gonna come after I finish the story of all my dogs. So, okay, let's just kind of close that. So Lilo did pass away. After that, I did not want to have a dog again because it was devastating to see that happen, right? Especially in that fashion. So fast forward a couple of months, we move into our new place, and then, you know, Leslie was like, hey, since we love dogs so much, but I also understand that you don't want to keep a dog, there's something that we could do for the community and even help save animals, but we can start fostering dogs. So I'm like, okay, I kind of like the idea of that, fostering a dog, helping them not get euthanized, right? Because that's what the shelters do. They look for families that are able to take in the dog until they get adopted, because there's no room at the shelters, and if there's no room, they just put them down and then they bury them because there's no room. So there's organizations that try to prevent these dogs dying for no reason, just because of lack of room in the shelter, and they go out looking for families just to kind of like hold them for like a couple of months, and then they go through like a whole adoption process, right? These organizations, they go look for different families that are like looking for dogs to adopt, and then that organization, they set up a meeting day for the potential family to adopt, and then the family who has the dog that is fostering, they have them meet at a park. The new family falls over the dog, and then the old family that is fostering them hands over the leash, and then the mission is done, right? So I like the idea, because I'm like, okay, I love dogs, but I also don't want to get attached to them because I'm still kind of heartbroken. So this is probably a good idea. Okay, let's do it. So that's when I make the video about Sunny, this video right here. Right, and in that video I did explain that we are fostering, and you know, the organization works really closely with the family who's fostering. So they're always, every month, every week, they're sending a text like updates. Oh, we have a potential family. Oh, how's Sunny? How's this blah, 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 right? So they work very close to the families who's fostering. It came to the day, like it was like 2 months that we had Sunny. So now, mind you, how in those 2 months you're battling all these emotions. You're trying to like not attach yourself to this being that you're starting to fall in love with by telling yourself stories like, oh, he's gonna be gone soon, so don't attach yourself. Oh, he has a new family that's gonna come, so don't attach, but still love him, right? So there's just like balance that you try to like figure out while you're fostering. This is why I don't want to foster ever again. to be honest. Honestly, that was also traumatizing for me, is fostering dogs, because now I gotta say goodbye to the being that attached itself onto me, and seeing that is also heartbreaking too, right? So, which is what happened. The day came that the new family wanted to meet Sunny. Happy, finally found a new family. And then we met at the park, and literally within 2 minutes of me handing over the leash, this is my first time doing this, right? Me and the girls and Leslie were at the park. We're like, hi, nice to meet you. Okay, this is Sunny. You know, they're really amazing, nice people. They're all kneeling in front of him. Hey, Sunny, we love you. We love you. Okay, let's take you for a walk. Let's take you for a quick spin around in the park and see how, you know, the chemistry is, right? And literally within 2 minutes that I gave him the leash, Sunny starts to walk away with the new family, and he just kind of kept looking around like he was lost. He was like being pulled by this family, and he had no idea who these people were, and I knew that he was looking for me. And in that moment that he was looking for me, and I was seeing him walk away, I said to Leslie, this is the last time that I'm gonna adopt, or this is the last time that we're gonna foster, because it's not about my attachment anymore. Like I said, it's about their attachment onto us. So that's the story with Sunny now. Okay, he was a foster. Okay, now fast forward to Luna. Okay, we make another video that Leslie surprised me with Luna. She's still here with us. She is the queen of the house. So obviously there's no story that needs to be spoken about when it comes to Luna. She is amazing. She's here. She's our love of our life. Perfect. Now fast forward to what? Okay, oh, I forgot one dog. This is at the big house, the Labrador that we had. Okay, this is right after that. This is while we had Lilo. To be honest, when we had that dog, yeah, I surprised her with it. She really wanted a dog that moment. Mind you, this is just the way how I've kind of seen a pattern with like women that are especially pregnant. Their wants are very desirable. So they really want, because they're pregnant, they have a whole bunch of emotions, they want this, you give it to them, they're bringing new life, you're a kid onto this planet, you give them what they need, you make the woman happy. That's just the way how it works, okay? Forever, right? So, she really wanted that Labrador, that golden retriever. So I got it for her. And very quickly, within a month or two, it was very noticeable that this was a really bad decision, because we already had a 3-month-old baby or something. We had like a 6-month-old baby. I forgot the age, but we still had the whole point is like we had a little baby at the house. And Leslie was also pregnant, that she was about to give birth in 3 months. And we had this little puppy that just didn't fit. It just didn't fit with the whole dynamic that we had with the baby, with the pregnancy. So that was just a bad decision on my end, right? Like, I thought I could do it, I thought I could juggle all it, but it was just providing so much stress for all of us. And especially Bellamy too, like he was like extra playful, obviously he's a puppy. So we decided to find him a family that actually could take care of him and cater to his needs, right? Perfectly for him, which we did. And now he's probably so happy, he probably doesn't even remember us at all, right? And that's what the lady said when I first like gave him to the lady who was adopting him. She was the lady that was kind of find the family for the adoption. She was like, hey buddy, I know this is really hard to give up your dog, but trust me, within 5 minutes he's gonna completely forget that you exist, especially being this young. So it doesn't matter. So that was Toby. Remember Toby. So fast forward to Koa. I already explained to you guys the story that we had to save him from euthanasia, another foster thing. And obviously, since I didn't want to foster, but I didn't want to save an animal's life, I said, okay, I didn't even know what kind of animal he was at all. But when Leslie told me, hey, there was this dog that's going to get euthanized tomorrow, I didn't know what kind of dog it was. I just said, you know what, if he's going to get euthanized tomorrow, and we're the only family that is stepping up in the whole Woodland Hills County, we have to do it. I guess God is pushing us to be the people that come up forth to save this dog. So we did. We grabbed him. I slept in the tent with him for a whole week because we were staying at my sister's house for that week. We just moved from San Diego. With that week, we were already into like the escrow of getting into this house, which we're only here also a short period of time. This is just the way how my life works. We just keep going of experiences. This is how I live my life my whole life. Maybe this is something that I'm used to because I've traveled all over the world and I lived in so many different places. This is why I speak so many different languages. Not because I'm smart, but because my dad gave me the opportunity to live in so many different environments, and that's opened my mind to all these cultures and languages and everything. So maybe I'm continuing that pattern, which I don't mind. But anyways, the point is, we had to save Koa. So after a while, it started to work out. I'm like, okay, this is actually working out with Koa and Luna. Okay, cool. He's actually started to really love me. Okay, amazing. I am not gonna give him up and have another Sunny situation and say goodbye to him while he's looking at me while he's walking away with a new family at a park. I don't wanna go through that. So I'm going to keep my boy. And matter of fact, the boy, without me even knowing, looks at me. God-given. Perfect. He chose me. He chose me to be his dad. So now I have. So hopefully that clears up all the story, the whole story of all the dogs, to the people who were calling me a dog seller, trader. You don't deserve dogs because you just use them for clicks and views. All those people, I hope that this kind of made sense for you. Okay. I still love you. Okay. But yeah, it comes to show you that there's always a story behind things. And not everything is what it seems like to your eyes. You know, this is a reminder that we only choose to see things the way that we want to see them. Doesn't mean it's the truth. Okay? So always be open-minded and always give benefit of the doubt, but also not too much benefit of the doubt. Keep that neutrality in life. And that will save a lot of like emotional turbulence within the person, within you. So that's the story. Now for the rest of the video, I was talking to Leslie and we came up with the idea that this is the time to finally release Lilo's ashes. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And we're gonna find, I think I know exactly the spot that we're gonna go and do this. We're gonna finally do like a beautiful little ceremony for her so she could, you know, be free. And yeah, let's go ahead and just do that because I'm gonna start crying again. All right, I love you guys. Yeah, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of this video and that you guys are there with us while we release her into the freedom of the ethers.
Thank you, my friend.